So, minced lamb from anywhere, from any supermarket. You generally find that minced lamb is 20%. Generally, you can sometimes get down to 5%. Down to 10%. You won't get lower than that. But 20% is great. 20% is great. So I'm going to start frying that off first. No oil, because quite obviously there's enough fat in there. I've got my courgettes sorted out. I've already this could be swede, or as I said, I'm using butternut squash today. Right, so we don't want to quick fry this. This is a gentle cook. We don't want to brown it. I don't want to sort of make it crispy. I just want to cook it through to start with. So it's on a low heat. It's going to draw the oil out. Just a fraction more. It's just turning sort of brown, but I'm keeping it so it's not drying out. Alright, so I've turned that all the way down, just so it doesn't dry out. Big lump of ginger and garlic. Right, again, it's a medium heat. We don't need to be, we're not frying this. Cool. Alright. I'm just going to grate this straight in here. Right, so juice of 1 lemon.
What?
It's alright, I've missed the cloves. Yeah, courgette, add to that. And then, yeah, right, okay. Right, I'm just going to let that sort of cook down for a minute. Right, pastry is actually fairly straightforward because it's only 2 ingredients, lupin flour and Greek yogurt, but you may need some water, and I didn't realise this when we actually wrote the cookbook. Some lupins are more absorbent than others. The one that I used originally wasn't very absorbent, and then when I remade it a few weeks ago, it set like a rock, and I was like, oh, here we go. So you have to use again a bit of how does it feel in your hand. If it's too dry and you try and roll it out, it just breaks up. You need to add a bit more moisture to it. It depends on how loose the yogurt is. If it's quite watery, then obviously more liquid going in. Alright, right, that smells good. Now the cloves and the lemon, I can smell that. Right, let's get the final 2 ingredients, which is, I'm using butternut squash, but it could be swede. And yes, there's that authentic look, 100 grams of peas. Right, so I'm just going to let that sort of sit for a little while. Right, lupin flour. It's a bit of a weird one. It took us a little while to get hold of it, but it is now available on the website. So okay, 225 grams of lupin flour. So if you haven't used lupin before, be aware that it is an allergen. So it's a legume, so it can cause some people issues. So just be aware of that. 110 grams of yogurt. Now I know I'm going to need to add water to this one. So just get the yogurt mixed in first, and we're going to have to get our hands in there in a second, just to bring it together. And a little bit of salt as well. Okay, just bring it together as a dough. So I can feel already it's not going to all come together. It's almost like big breadcrumbs. Not flour up actually. Okay. So you give it a bit of work, and suddenly you do get the dough. Now I think that's going to be a little bit too dry, so I'm going to add just a little bit of water. Well, I'm talking maybe sort of 50 mils at the most, probably, just to help it. So tiny amounts to start with. Right, now it just, what's that, about 30 mils that I've added into it, maybe 30 or 40 mils. It's suddenly feeling a lot more pliable. So, what does it feel like? It feels like Play-Doh. Feels a bit like Play-Doh.
Looks like Play-Doh.
Yeah, it looks like Play-Doh. So it's a little bit, you can see it's a little bit sticky, but actually that looks okay. Tidy the board up. You need to do this with greaseproof paper to roll it out. I'm going to fry some of them. I'm going to put some in the Ninja as well. I'm going to brush them with a little bit of oil and then bake them. But I am going to fry some to sort of see how it, well, I know it works because this is how I did it. But so small pan, block of lard. Now, I'm not going to be able to get the perfect samosa shape. You don't want to try and roll the whole thing out. You want to do it in sections. Just don't do that to yourself. Save myself this. Will stick to the sheets if you press down too hard. I want to sort of switch sides. Oh, wrong one. I just want to get it off the sheet to start with, so I can start rolling again. Otherwise, if you get it too thin and it's stuck to the sheet, it never comes off. So I'm just going to flour. There we go. Flour this side again, just a little bit. So yes, there's a fair bit of work involved in making these, but then again, there is when you're making samosas anyway. So just get it off the sheet. It's reasonably handleable, if you know what I mean, if that's an actual word. Okay, there we go. Right, that's ready for filling. I mean, there's enough here for, this is 4 portions, believe it or not. It's huge, isn't it, with all of that in there. Don't try and overfill. Right, and we're going to try, I need to sort of shape that in there actually. We're going to try and get a samosa shape.
Use all the skills that Sandy's taught you.
Where can you buy lupin flour from? On our website. Because we had the same problems, Karen. Couldn't get a hold of it. We've managed to find it, have it imported, bag it up, and it's on the website. Now, Sandy's mum would kill me because I'm cheating, yeah? Sandy's mum would absolutely kill me. It's more of a
Parcel.
But
Just pinch the
it'll
side
pass.
facing me, because no, the other one, the last corner. There you go.
It will squeeze together. Right, okay, there you go. So there's my first one. No, it's only 150 at the moment. It needs to be at least 180. At least 180. I'll give it another minute. Okay. I'm going to flip it over. Beautiful.
Lovely colour.
There you go. So yes, the Ninja would make this cooking process easier. Make half a dozen, brush them with oil, which is what I'm going to do with the next ones, and then pop them in the Ninja. Jobs are good. I just want to show you that this pastry does fry as well. So if you want to fry it, you can. You don't have to fry it. It holds together. Obviously, the contents of the samosa are already cooked.
Is that a pea?
Yeah.
That's escaped.
So I've not sealed it fully. Well, I've not sealed it. Some has escaped a little bit. There you go. Listen, because the microphone's there. Shh. Did you hear the crunch? Did you hear the crunch? Yeah, the pastry goes crunchy. It's just speed and not messing about. Look, the inside of the samosa.
Look at the colour on that.
It's weird because the flour's quite buttery. It's a random. Honestly, I don't get lupin. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But it's quite buttery. I mean, it's just look. The boy's going to be so annoyed at me because I'm eating it.